Ishabod and Gunnar in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode. Well, first of all, I would want to ask you, how are you coping up with the win yesterday against Sheffield United? Well, probably that is the big thing that we could actually do. Get a clean sheet and get a victory over a team that is in front of us, and be prepared for the upcoming game against Slavia Prague. Big game because Slavia Prague also beat Sparta Prague yesterday in their league contest, and they remain unbeaten in the Czech Farmers League. So we're gonna still a midweek game is still going up for grabs. If Arsenal destroy Slavia and we see who exactly wins from Dinamo and Villarreal, it could be Arteta versus Unai Emery in the semi-finals. Only if Arsenal beats Slavia Prague, of which I'm hopeful of. So it is going to be a cracking contest. It's actually set up so well that I would have popcorn ready for the upcoming clash. So, talking about yesterday night's clash, let's talk about it, man. Gabriel Martinelli came out to the press, and he actually opened up about how exactly what it meant, what the goal meant for him. So he says, "I'm feeling a bit tired, but I'm so happy with the goal, and even happier with the victory and the 3 points. I work every single day in training. Um, you need to prepare yourself because when Mikel needs you, you need to be there to play and show something." He left the pitch after 83 minutes to be replaced by Mohamed El-Neni, but he allayed fears that he had picked up an injury, despite appearing to suffer a knock to his ankle. So that's what he said. So Martinelli confirmed that he is ready to. He said, "No, I'm all right to play on Thursday." So Gabriel Martinelli is ready to play on Thursday. If he's wanted to, he will be playing. That's really great. So Mikel Arteta opened up about the whole situation. But if you don't know, let's talk about what Alex Lacazette had to say of the game. He says, "I think it was really important to win after the last few games that we were sad about the results. And the way we played, I think tonight was a great game for us. We won 3-0, and also the way we played was good. It was a great day for us." And talking about his goals, Lacazette says, "I missed an easy chance on Thursday. So today obviously I wanted to score. I had a good 1v1 today to give back the confidence, which is good for me and the team." Well, of course, he should be happy, Alex Lacazette. The best part was that Alex Lacazette is actually now officially the top scorer this season for Arsenal with 15 goals. Second on the list is Aubameyang with 14 goals. Third is Pepe, sixth is Saka, fourth is Saka with 6 goals. Fifth is Nketiah, sixth is Willock, seventh is Gabriel Magalhaes. So you could see these are the goal scorers for Arsenal. So until that, also Alex Lacazette for Arsenal in the Premier League, 124 matches, 50 goals and 23 assists. Congratulations for Alex Lacazette to score 50 Premier League goals for Arsenal. That is something really good. Unreal performance yesterday night. And we all move on with a certain bit of a pressure. So Mikel Arteta has already opened up about the whole situation, about the whole game. He was actually asked about it. So Mikel Arteta says about Aubameyang. He says if Aubameyang will be available for Thursday or not. Arteta says, "I hope so, yes. He was unwell yesterday. He could not train. He could not be available today. But hopefully in the next day or two, he will be feeling better and he will be available to get picked." And on if Smith Rowe and Odegaard could be fit for Thursday, he says, "I don't know. I want to think yes, but if I'm honest, I don't know." And talking about Lacazette, Arteta says he's in great form with a high level of confidence, and he needs to keep doing it right up until the end of the season, because if he's able to continue this run, it will mean that the team is doing well and we are winning football matches. And talking about Arteta already opened up about how exactly he feels when fans say him start Martinelli. But also this is what Maitland-Niles, Ainsley Maitland-Niles on his Instagram stories puts this image, puts this thing on his social media. Alex Lacazette, congratulations on 50 Premier League goals, and that is the beauty of Fofty. He loves them so much, doesn't he? And Arteta also opened up about Bukayo Saka's injury. He says, "Bukayo has the ability, the capacity and the intelligence to play as a 10 in those pockets. We prepared it for this opponent and as well with the players we have available, and at the moment we are missing 5 or 6 big players. We had to adapt some positions, and I believe it was the right choices." I kind of agree with Arteta here. And talking about Granit, he says, I thought it really worked well. Obviously, we need some work on that, and I have a feeling that Granit can develop into a really good fullback for what we require in certain games to do. So he was playing as a left back, was Granit Xhaka. He did that with Unai Emery as well, for Unai Emery as well. So he did that today as well. So like I said, on his, we already mentioned that. So moving on, so Arsenal fans think Mikel Arteta has already completed his first summer transfer vision. So transfer mission. So some fans actually took to Twitter after the 3-0 victory against Sheffield United. They said, Mari was brilliant. Xhaka gave us the right balance at left back. Partey is starting to look like the player we need in that middle. Loved seeing Saka in the 10 role and really happy for Martinelli getting his goal. Looked down and out. Sheffield looked down and out on to Thursday. Another one said Saka number 10 was splendid, but boy really is talented. Another one said, like the idea of Saka as a 10 moving forward. Some really nice moments where he linked up with Pepe and Chambers. Another one said, both Saka and Smith Rowe excel at 10. You have to hope we don't dump 50 million on Odegaard. We would have more use for Ceballos if he wasn't playing so central. Another one said, just a dead leg. Hopefully, Saka in that number 10 free role was class too though. Pepe linked up well with Saka today, as did Martinelli and Lacazette. Maybe playing Saka number 10 with Pepe and Martinelli either side could be an option. Been top class for a while, him and Saka 10 is it. Saka dropped a clinic at a number 10 tonight as well. The guy is just too good. So all the Arsenal fans want Bukayo Saka to be playing as a number 10. But Bukayo Saka reacts on Instagram to Mikel Arteta's surprise Arsenal decision versus Sheffield United. So yeah, that's that. So here we go. Let's move on to the bigger things. Arteta has been lauded for leading his team to another victory in the Premier League against Sheffield United, and he has earned praise for his selections. Now this is actually, he has now been lauded by Star Sports journalist Josh O'Brien for those players he took chance on. He says that he made some bold decisions in the game and they paid off. Their inconsistent season means that Arteta has had to give chance to several players while he works out his best team. Writing about three things, he got it right. O'Brien praised Arteta for fielding Gabriel Martinelli, Callum Chambers and Dani Ceballos, who all gave a good account of themselves. Martinelli scored his first goal for the club in about a year and he was in fine form as Arsenal constantly attacked their opponents. Chambers has been selected ahead of Hector Bellerin and Cedric Soares in recent games, and he repaid the faith with a solid all-round performance in this game as well. Ceballos' second season at Arsenal hasn't been his best, but he was in fantastic form against the Blades and set the tone by assisting the first goal. And that assist was a gem. I love that assist, man. Beautiful goal. And more importantly, did that goal remind you of someone? Well, it did to me. So Dani Ceballos tweets out, +3 and keep fighting. Being resilient is a philosophy, not a virtue. Keep working to find your moment. Let's go Gunners. And he actually used #Vamos Gunners. That's kind of cool, isn't it? And Callum Chambers tweets out, enjoyable night down Bramall Lane. Full focus on to Thursday now. That's crazy stuff. I like that. I really do. Seriously. And also, Mikel Arteta was asked about whether this goal reminds him, was that a goal, a Wenger-esque goal? That was a question. So Mikel said, hopefully it was typical Arsenal goal. It was really high quality and the movement from Laka was really good as well. So you made Papa Wenger proud. That's all I would want to say. Lovely football. So moving on, so Premier League clubs are chasing Franck Kessie. A number of Premier League clubs are chasing the signature of Milan midfielder Franck Kessie. Talks between the 24-year-old and the Rossoneri over a contract extension have been stalled recently, with his current deal set to expire in 2022. And according to Calcio Mercato, Kessie could move to the Premier League if he leaves San Siro this summer. Comment and let me know, would you guys actually would want to see Franck Kessie to Arsenal? Strong possibility, would be a very decent partner to Thomas Partey. Also, here's another contract stalling kind of a situation at RB Leipzig, because no talks have been started between RB Leipzig and Sabitzer. RB Leipzig have yet to hold talks with Marcel Sabitzer over a contract extension. Sabitzer's current deal expires in 2022 and Tottenham have been linked with a move for the Austrian midfielder. Arsenal were linked with him in the past as well. Which one should Arsenal go for? Zabitzer or the one, the only Franck Kessie? Let me know in the comments what you guys actually feel about it. So with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.